So now we want to make the reindeer not appear just from the far left, but also from, let's say maybe this tree right here, right? The left tree. And the left tree you can't tell, but it's this tree right here. So we want to appear from behind this one and also behind this one. So eventually we want our deer to appear behind every single tree. But for now, let's just do this next one here. And the way that that's going to work is we don't want this to be constant, right? This here, because what is this saying? This is saying appear behind this tree right here, right? We want it to change. And so what we can do is we can pick a random number. And so let's pick a random number of between 1 and 2. And so let's maybe make a new variable, right? Call it location. And so you can see I've already made one here. And so I can go ahead and set location to a random number. And let's say between 1 and 2, all right? Because we so far have only 2 locations. And I'm going to have an if statement, right? So hold on one second. Let me get everything in place. And so we're going to have an if, else, okay? And so out here I'm going to have if location, this random number that I just created between 1 and 2, is equal to 1, then I want to do this and appear behind this tree here. Okay? And then, oh, maybe it's better if we don't use if else. Maybe it's better if we just use a if. Right? So let me take this bit of code, and then we're going to put another if after it, and we're going to say if location is equal to 2. Okay, so if location is equal to the 2, then I want to do the same code, right? So what I did here to do that is I held down Control and I clicked and I said duplicate, and it duplicated the code there. So I put it there, but my x is going to be different. Okay, so my x is going to be right about here. So I think that's at 200. So let's change that to negative 200. And our y is going to be a little bit, actually maybe our y is not going to be higher, but our set size is going to be smaller. Because you can see this tree is in the very front of the screen, but then this tree here is a little bit further back. So to get our perspective right, we want to make it a little bit smaller. So let's say 90%. And we'll go back 2 layers and we'll say broadcast left. That means this tree here. We'll show and we'll glide out. And we'll glide out at pick random between, let's say, negative 170 to negative, let's say 120 maybe. And let's go ahead and play that. So if you can notice here, we have some of the reindeer appearing behind the far tree, and we have some of the reindeer appearing behind this tree here, right? So some are appearing behind this one, some are appearing behind this one, and gliding into place. And so you can't really see that happening, but if I make this wait a little bit slower, like 1 second, we can definitely see it happening. And so now I'm going to hit the green play button. That one appears there. Right. So we have one appear behind this far tree. We have another one appear behind this tree in the foreground. Right. Yeah, and that's about it. Right. And what I'm looking at now is that both of the sprites, it seems like this one here needs to be further down. Okay, this one here. So let me go ahead and change his y. So let me do y negative 110 and see how that looks. Oh, I'm sorry, I did the wrong one. So let me change this back to 100, but the first one, let's do 110. And look a little further down. But also we would need to change our glide also to negative 110, right? So this one appears there, this one appears further down, right? So that's all we need to do, and now what you need to do for our next task is to make sure that the reindeer appear behind any of these tree sprites that I've cut out for you, right? That one or this one over here, and then we were that much closer to a completed game.